Hello there everyone, Coolnickyd here, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing something very fun and very meta. We're going to be ranking my own Simvivor seasons on this channel. This is a little bit of a promo for an upcoming season we have premiering on July 4th, the 250th birthday of America itself. We have Simvivor Influencer Island in the hands of the fans. Now, this was teased on my YouTube community tabs because I did reveal some community voted votes that actually impacted the season, but I finished filming very far in advance. I'm actually filming this in May, so this video and that season is not going to go up for a little while, but it's coming nonetheless, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it because it features some of your favorite simmers, and we will include a little trailer for the season at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But with that coming up, finishing the first, what feels like the first era of, Coolnickyd Simvivor and starting anew with season 16, I wanted to rank the seasons that we've had so far. We have taken many forms, we've had many twists, turns, I've played with my friends and famous people and people you've created, so it's been a really fun journey, and I feel like we're about to, embark on a new era, literally, of the game, after, doing Winners at War. I feel like in real life Survivor, Winners at War season 40 started a new era, so in Coolnickyd Simvivor, season 15 Winners at War is about to start a new era, and I'm very excited. Simvivor is not going anywhere. These are my favorite things to make, but anyways, I'm yapping here. I did a video where I ranked all of my Let's Plays, and it was fun for me to make, and I actually just watched it this morning, and I was like, I should make this video, and we're doing it now. So I thought it would be really fun if we kind of Survivorify this ranking. Boom! Alright, so we're gonna pretend that this is like a season of Survivor or Simvivor, and we're gonna place my seasons where I think they would do. So we have Soul Simvivor. I'm gonna just change it to Survivor because I don't think I'll be able to look at the squiggly line the whole time. Soul Survivor, Final Tribal, so second and third place, Lost in Fire, which is essentially fourth place, the Jury, the Pre-Merge, and the First Boot, which would be my least favorite. So we're going to start with, should we go in the order of the season? I think we should go in the order of the season, and I'll place them. So starting with season 1, which is Simvivor Bella Mesa Jungle. This was the very first season I did. It means a lot to me. Like, it really means a lot to me because it kickstarted this love for making these kinds of videos, and it also featured simmers that you made, and I really just asked you guys out of the blue, like, if you can make sims for me, and I started this awesome hashtag on the gallery, and it was just really, really cool, and we live streamed it, and you guys had like live input on everything. So for that reason, while it may have not been my favorite season in the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna put it in the Jury because it really set the precedent for what Simvivor is. It, started the love of making that kind of video, so it's gonna go in Jury. The season itself, I guess, was kind of good too. We had an iconic winner, Rebecca Ruggers. Like, I feel like it was good. It was good. Okay, season 2, which is Simvivor Island Oasis, Knowledge versus Power. Now, I think I was trying to, step up a little bit too much from season 1. I didn't really like that we lived on a fake island. We did have some iconic characters come out of it, like Riker Rooney, which he was in my, ended up being in my, like, legacy family, so that was fun. This also featured some of the sims you guys made for me as well, so that's also cool. But the Knowledge versus Power was like, which is funny because knowledge is power. It became a let's play, and not became a Knowledge is Power became a power in Survivor, like with Knowledge versus Power. I did that before Knowledge is Power was made. I'm pretty positive, so that's really cool. But it was a little bit of a weak season, so I think I had fun doing it, but it's going to go in Pre-Merge. I don't think it was my least favorite season ever, but it's going to go in Pre-Merge. Now we have Simvivor Ohanali Town. So finally went on a real beach after we got real beaches. I think this is literally when Sulani was introduced. I really liked this season. We did a battle back. We had a twin twist where we had sisters. But, again, in the grand scheme of things, these first 3 seasons were really me testing the waters and, again, still using sims that you guys made for me, which was very fun. But it was more fun when I started to introduce, people I knew. So this is also going to be a pre-merge kind of vote out for me. Going into season 4, Simvivor Lonnie St. Taz, just moving to the other islands of Sulani. I love Lonnie St. Taz. I love it. I don't know if it's top 4, but I mean, it kind of is iconic in the sense that this was the first season that I ended up really testing out using my friends and really thinking that that could work. So I think it might be Lost in Fire. Like, I think it might be my 4th place season. We can adjust as we go, but I'm really imagining this is like one of my favorite seasons. And this little group of friends was so iconic. It was so funny to see how everything played out, and we had really good twists as well. Maybe some that I still do to this day. So I think that's definitely 4th place. Okay, season 5 is Simvivor Muapalam, again staying in Sulani. This one was cool because we added some like random aspects to the game. We randomized their tribes in the beginning. We did a random swap, so like the theme was like randomizing. I liked this season again because I was playing with friends, so it was really cool. It was like, expansion of this friend group was like all in here, several friend groups, so that was really fun to see. I think it's in jury. I don't think it's above this one. Maybe I did enjoy filming it more. Like, this is all like hindsight's 2020, because in the moment I probably would rank these very, very different, but like now I don't really know. I think it's in jury. It's a very strong jury. Like, if we're gonna organize these two, which I don't think I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna leave the categories. I definitely think that this is in the jury category, so made it pretty far in the game. All right, Simvivor Tartosa. This is when we did like men versus women, because up until this point, we had 5 female winners of Simvivor. We had Rebecca, we had, this girl right here, Scarlett, I think was her name. Then we had one of the twins. Then we had Noor, and then we had Maya. So I was like, okay, what happens when we put like men versus women in the game against each other? I still use my friends, and we ended up having a male win for the first time, and it was Mark. And then this was a really fun season. It was very alliance based as well, but the Sims weren't like, we had a very iconic Sims like Mark and Helen were really great, but then we also had a bunch of Sims that like didn't do much, like Fiona. Ed literally quit. So I think this is pre-merge for me. I don't think that it really made that much of an impact. I never went back to doing the men versus women theme again, though I may explore it in the future. But yeah, I think it's gonna go in pre-merge. Okay, next we have Simvivor Sulani Ghost Island. This one was really, really fun for me. I loved this season. The lore that I crafted for this season, and like actually having Sims go to Ghost Island and take advantages and things like from the past seasons, and really I was very proud of myself for putting this one together. And I did this whole season in secret using all of like my fellow coworkers at the time, who were also my friends from college. And when I told them about this, they went crazy. I remember telling them, we were on a Zoom call, and they were like, what? And it was so fun. And I loved them actually watching it. This also spawned some really great, like, iconic people, Jinsen, Emma, like really iconic moments with fights as well. The camp was really cool. To me, guys, this is low key, in the lowest of keys, Soul Survivor. One of my favorite seasons I've done. I might go through this and change my mind, but I had really a lot of fun filming that season. I really did. Next, we had Simvivor Omiska. So this was also fun to create because I was running out of places, and I knew I wanted to go back to Selvadorada, but I didn't just want to call it like Selvadorada. So I like went deep into the lore of the Sims and crafted this like warrior theme going on. And it was really fun as well because we were very outnumbered in terms of men and women, coming from, a few seasons prior that was very equal in men and women. So I think this season was a lot of fun. We brought back a lot of really cool twists. This was like an anniversary season as well, so we did like the red and blue color scheme like we did for the first season. It was really fun, and we had an awesome winner in Ahmed at the end of it, really pulling the game out, pulling the rug from underneath Lindsay, and doing really fun moves against Emily. Like, this was a really fun season. So this one, do I like it better than Lonnie St. Taz? Maybe I do, but I don't know that it's a better season. This one is it's really hard because I wanna put it in this tier as well. Like, it's so good, but I don't know, maybe this is Final Trouble. This might be second, third placer for me. Looking at what we have here, yeah, I don't know about that. Might not be second, third placer, or maybe it is. I don't know. Actually, it is. It totally is. This was such a good season. Okay, next we have Simvivor Blood vs. Water. Literally iconic. We, copied that theme from the real Survivor. It was fun to include people that I have played with, paired with people that haven't played before, just like the first season of Blood vs. Water in real life. I do like how the season ended. I think it was a great fight to the end between Kendall and Cole, and then like Cole and Mara staying together the whole time. It doesn't necessarily stand out to me as like the best season of all time though. So I think it's just going to be an average jury season. I think that it was really good. It made it far into the game and far into the rankings, but not like super far. Okay, season 10 was Simvivor Kosapa. This is when I ended up playing with my younger cousins, and all of the Sims were child Sims, which was really, really, really fun. It shook up the dynamics of the game, especially after 10 seasons, and I wanted to do something really big and fun for the 10th season. Looking back, I don't know that it was my favorite idea ever for the 10th season specifically, and I don't necessarily know that I loved the theme that I went with in terms of Kosapa, and the logo bothers me to this day, if I'm being completely honest. That's me and my art direction being a little picky, but it was fun to do, especially playing with my younger cousins, seeing their different relationships in the game, and being able to do different challenges just in general was really fun, and having the oldest of all of them go out first and the youngest of all of them win. I think it's going to be a jury season. The jury's usually bigger than the pre-merge, so this is totally fine if we have more jury seasons. That's going to happen. Okay, next we have Simvivor Hot to Talk Shore. This season was very interesting because it featured a little bit of a smaller cast, and we had 2 captains with Joe and Julie, and they had to recruit their team. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't love this season, like by any means. I feel like the storylines were very one note. There were a lot of, the tribe maybe was just like too small. I don't really know what it was. I'm open to going back to experimenting with similar themes in the future, and like maybe smaller tribes as well in the future, but for this very point in time, I really unfortunately feel like it is my first boot. I think it might be my least favorite season. At the end of the day, it's definitely better and more memorable than these 3. Like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's pre-merge, and honestly, maybe this one is it. Maybe that's what it is. It's not my, like, again, maybe this, like, there's different eras, right? Seasons 1, 2, and 3 were, like, an era, and then seasons 4 through 15 were an era, and now I feel like season 16 onward are going to be another era. This is my least favorite of, like, me playing with my friends era. This is my least favorite of the first 3. I think to put a little bit more respect on them, I'm going to make this one my first boot and maybe move this one up to pre-merge. It wasn't my favorite, really. Okay, speaking of first boots, we have Simvivor first boots. I loved Simvivor first boots. I thought it was so fun. I think I'm pushing the envelope. Jeff Probst is too scared to do a theme like this. Everybody wants it. I know he says that there's not enough interesting people. After 50 seasons, I'm sure you could find a collection of even just like 14 first boots that would come back and play the game, or like 14 pre-merges or something if you really want to expand your palette a little bit. I love this season. I really want to give it a lot of credit and put it in Final Tribal, but this is going to be really hard with these last 4. I feel like these seasons are very strong. It's a jury, but it's like a 5th place. Like, they just cracked it. But the one thing that I loved about First Boots is that you guys loved First Boots. It's one of the highest viewed seasons. It's actually the 2nd highest viewed season ever, behind Bella Misa Jungle, which was season 1, and that was live streamed, so it was much easier to get views. I was shocked at the love that you guys gave First Boots, so I really appreciate that. For that, it kind of makes me want to put it like up a little higher, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's definitely down here. We had great alliances in that season. We had a great winner in Matt. Yeah, I feel like where it was great, it was great. Where it wasn't, it wasn't. Okay, Simvivor Sea of Secrets. This was really cool because I started this kind of like trilogy. Well, no, I didn't start. I continued this trilogy of seasons where I was like, okay, I want people who did really bad, I want people who did really good, and then I want people who I really liked. And the people that I really liked were obviously my friends, plus Amon, who was new that season. But I loved playing with my friends, and I loved throwing in some like new era Survivor twists that are in the real show into the Sea of Secrets, and a different secret washed up ashore every single episode. It was really, really, really fun. The one thing that is like such a bummer to me is that Abby Sim ended up winning that season, and that was like Emily's season to take. Like, she absolutely deserved that season. And so it is such a bummer, but I think I need to put it like in high jury. Again, a high jury placement, but I had a lot of fun. Like, I feel like I remember filming it saying like, this is the most fun I've ever had filming, which is true. I think it was the most fun I ever had filming. So maybe it's a Final Tribal, or maybe it's Lost in Fire. Maybe I need to give more credit to Lonnie St. Taz and move them here. Maybe I'll do that for a little bit. Next, we had Simvivor Revived Warriors. This was really fun, bringing back like 8 of the best people to ever play. I absolutely loved this season. I was not super crazy about the winner pick in Megan, though I do really think she deserved it. It was like, she wasn't like a main character energy, but when you really sit down and think about her win, I do think she deserved it. I loved the theme that I came up with in terms of like this really cool castle that they were staying in. I had a lot of fun recording this season as well. I think it could have been like even better though. Like for Revived Warriors, I don't know that they all lived up to their original seasons, which is hard to do, but I think I'm going to put them in jury. Yeah. Okay. Now here's where we're going to have to adjust because one of these guys is going to have to come down here. Okay. Let's see. Simvivor Winners at War. What a great season. And how iconic to have 10 winners come back. Like, this is so cool that we pulled this off and that I had the lore to make them all compete against each other. I was very much in love with how this season turned out. There were some things I probably would have changed. Like, I think having them so separate in The Sims doesn't really work. Like, they only really interacted at the merge, which is what they do in real life. And I loved some of the twists that we had, like using the Adventure Awaits getaway competition things. And we had a lot of new competitions that we did. We did archery. We had like really cool, it was really cool. We had like jungle gyms, so that was fun. And obviously the winner in Kendall was awesome. I loved that the final 3 of this season ended up really being like outwit, outplay, outlast. And the first time I ever did something like that was in Omiska. Like the final 3 was outwit, outplay, outlast. Like they each represented a different kind of pillar of Survivor. So this was a great season. I probably would have changed a few things, but it doesn't discredit how awesome it was. So I think I'm going to put this one in jury. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members of the jury. I guess that's fine, but because we have this one over here. I gotta move one of these guys down. I would move this one down, but it's just so iconic. Like, how can I put season 1 in pre-merge? Like, you know what I mean? If I have to move any of these down, honestly, I think I'm gonna be moving Kosapa down to 1 to pre-merge, or Blood versus Water could also come down to pre-merge. Maybe I'll move them both there just so it feels a little bit more even. Okay. Simvivor Influencer Island in the hands of the fans. This one was really fun to film. You guys are gonna really get a kick out of it. There were moments that have never happened in Simvivor history before. There's definitely some firsts. The winner it's so good. Like, it's a really fun season. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's the best season of Simvivor ever, especially when I'm like playing with my friends versus like these parasocial relationships with my favorite YouTubers. But it was so funny, and to incorporate like gaming aspects into the like video game aspects into a Simvivor game was really fun. You guys are going to love it, especially because you voted on many of the mechanics of the game. You guys are going to love it. So I'm voting this in the jury. It's definitely a high jury. Don't get it twisted. It's not a good season. It looks really low, but this is like, it's like literally like 5th or 6th place, honestly. Maybe this is like 6th place. It's in the top, well in the top half of Simvivor seasons. You guys are going to really like it. I am positive in that. All right, well, this is my ranking of Simvivor seasons. Have you been here and watched several of them? Have you been here and watched all of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for sitting with me while I ranked. Looking at it, I definitely feel pretty confident in them. This season was just so much fun. I can't even lie. And the upcoming season is going to be great as well. If you guys want a little bit of a sneak peek, stay tight because I'm going to post it right at the end of this video. And it's coming out again on July 4th. For now, though, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and pick up, and I will see you guys all again at Simvivor. All right, goodbye. Woo! This season on Simvivor, we're headed back to the islands of Sulani for the 16th season. 8 Sims modeled after world-renowned simmers and influencers will compete for the first time ever for the title of Sole Simvivor. But this isn't just a game about influencers, it's a game where the influencers are being influenced. For the first time ever, this season has been shaped by you, the fans. Through game-changing twists and decisions, your influence will impact key moments and shift the course of the game at any time. The power is no longer just in the players' hands, it's also in yours. So who are the 8 Sims ready to take on a game they can't fully control? Let's meet the members of the Red Pato tribe. Lil Simsy, Spring Sims, Dr. Ashley, and Dr. Gluon. And now the members of the Black Panda tribe: Deligracy, The Sim Supply, Luca, and Miss Griffey. With the game in your hands, anything can happen. Don't miss a moment of the chaos, strategy, and surprises this season on Simvivor Influencer Island, in the hands of the fans.